I wanted to do this video on the oath against modernism because it becomes apparent that a lot of people do not understand what modernism is. Now, modernism, simply stated, is to replace God with man. After the French Revolution, this was the agenda, to put man in the center of everything and now redefine all of society with God out of the picture. The Second Vatican Council did this same thing. After the council, they redefined everything according to the perspective of modern man, man from all parts of the world and so forth. And so there came a great amount of confusion because persons would say, you still speak about the church, but you talk about it in different terms, or you speak about the Mass, but now you say the Mass is different. The reason it's different is because the context to understand the Mass in the modern church is man, not God. Therefore, the priest faces the people, and he speaks in the vernacular language, and so forth. Pope St. Pius X fought against modernism. And one way that he fought against it was to require all priests, before they were ordained to the subdiaconate, the diaconate, the priesthood, and all professors that taught in a Catholic institute to take the oath against modernism. That was really just a paraphrasing of his document, which is Pascendi. So why do we not have this oath anymore? Because Paul VI suppressed it, said it was no longer necessary. That after the Second Vatican Council. If you have not read The Oath Against Modernism, please read it. It will help you understand so much. Now, to point out about some of the past men thought to be Pope, all of them, Benedict, John Paul II, Paul VI, all of them took this oath before they were ordained in front of the Blessed Sacrament exposed. All of them took it. I'm going to read here what they said in this oath before the Blessed Sacrament exposed. Now, this isn't all of the oath, but this is the conclusion of it, and it says this: I declare that I am completely opposed to the errors of the modernists, who hold that there is nothing divine in sacred tradition. Or what is far worse, they say that there is a pantheistic sense, which the result that there would remain nothing but this plain simple fact, one to be put on par with ordinary facts of history, the fact namely that a group of men by their own labor, skill, and talent have continued through subsequent ages a school begun by Christ and his apostles. They say that this faith was begun by Christ and his apostles, but then given into the hands of men, and men over periods of time have changed it legitimately because man has changed legitimately. But remember, this is against modernism. That is one of the tenets of modernism. They're swearing to not uphold this, to not believe this. I hold then and shall hold to my dying breath the belief of the fathers in the charism of truth, which certainly is, was, and always will be in the succession of the episcopacy from the apostles. The purpose of this is then not that dogma may be tailored according to what seems better and more suited to the culture of each age, rather that the absolute and immutable truth preached by the apostles from the beginning may never be believed to be different, may never be understood in any other way. I promise that I shall keep all these articles faithfully, entirely, and sincerely, and guard them inviolately, in no way deviating from them in teaching or in any word or in writing. Thus I promise, this I swear, so help me God. So you see why we fight so much against these men. All these men that are going to gather together in this conclave all hold to those errors. They continue to teach those errors. You can see them teaching it. You've felt the results of their teaching. But the Holy Ghost protects the church through the office of the Supreme Pontiff. And Pope St. Pius X, having the office of the Supreme Pontiff, sitting upon the throne, using the keys, brings forth the power and authority of the Holy Ghost to protect and defend and provide for the church. To this day, right now, today, this oath does exactly that. So that you and I who hold the Catholic faith will not be confused when these modernists teach something new. In the preamble to the definition of the infallibility of the Supreme Pontiff in matters of faith and morals, that is that which precedes that pronouncement, it says this: the Holy Ghost was not given to the Supreme Pontiff that he may create something new, but that he may defend and protect what Christ handed to the apostles. If you do not believe this, if you believe that faith should evolve and should change, then you are not a Catholic, you are a modernist. And please continue to defend your precious faith, but it's not the Catholic faith. Continue to protect your bishops and cardinals, but they're not Catholic bishops and Catholic cardinals, as proved by this oath against modernism. If you've never read the oath, you can go online. It's easy to find. Be careful of the translations. Make sure it's an old translation, because this is how these men get their little changes in. But it's there. I have taken it. Any man that comes through our seminary and is ordained will take it. Anyone who would have any authority under this congregation will take this oath before the Blessed Sacrament exposed. If they fall short, then it is only God that can forgive them, because the oath is in the name of and the authority of God, not man.